Hey, it's Dwayne,
And Gerrick.
and this is episode 44 of Trading with G. Episode is called Make Straight the Way. Make Straight the Way. And before we get into it, Jarek, we need to remind them to do one thing. What is it?
Smash that like button.
And subscribe to our channel. And we're fairly new out there still. We haven't got a lot of traction and a lot of people viewing yet. So if you would do us a favor and just tell somebody about us, share us out, tell somebody about us, we would greatly appreciate it. Smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and tell someone about us. And also, in between episodes, any moves we make, we post in our Facebook group, and there's a link in the description of this channel. Well, Jarek, this episode is called Make Straight the Way. And if you noticed, we spelt straight differently, right? We spelt it Strait. Do you know why that is? The reason we spelt it differently is because right now in the market, there's a major shipping route where they ship a lot of the world's oil that is just at a standstill because of the war that's going on in Iran, right? It's called the Strait of Hormuz. Do you know where the Strait of Hormuz is? Well, let's go to the map and take a look at it so I can show you where the Strait of Hormuz is. So, Jarek, if we look at the strait, first of all, we got to look at where we're at, and then we'll scroll over to where the strait is. We are right here in Kansas, right? We're in the corner down here in Kansas, right about right here. Let me draw it out. We're probably right about right in here, right? Down here in the corner of Kansas. That's about where we're at right now. And the Strait of Hormuz is all the way over by Iran. Let me show you where that is. So if we go all the way over across the Atlantic Ocean, right? I'm going to scroll out here. We go all the way over here to the Middle East. We see that Iran is right here. This is Iran, and this right here is the Strait of Hormuz. Okay. We can also go the other way, right? Because the world is round. So we could actually go, if we go back over here to Kansas where we're at, and we went the opposite way, we could go this way to get to it as well, right? And the Strait of Hormuz here, right here is Iran. And the Strait of Hormuz is right here. I'm going to zoom into it so you can see. You're going to be able to see. Right here is the Strait of Hormuz. You see that? And so a lot of these countries up in here, Kuwait, Iraq, Iran, Saudi Arabia, guess what? They produce a lot of oil, right? And so there's a lot of shipping that goes down through here. There's a lot of shipping that goes down through here and around the strait and out into the ocean. And from there, it goes over to Europe, it goes to China, it goes to many different places in the world. About 20% of the world's supply, about 20% of the world's oil supply goes through this strait. You know how much 20% is? That's one out of every 5 barrels. One out of every 5 barrels that's sold in the world go through this Strait of Hormuz. And Europe over here, the United Kingdom, they get a lot of oil. China gets a lot of oil, but one out of every 5 barrels of oil that's produced in the world goes through the Strait of Hormuz. Pretty interesting, isn't it? And if we look, here's some pictures. I'll just show you some pictures of the Strait of Hormuz because it's pretty cool. So if we look, here's some pictures of the Strait of Hormuz. It's about 20 miles wide. It's not that wide. It's about 20 miles wide. And right now, with the war that's going on in Iran, there's a big oil tanker. With the war that's going on in Iran, there's not a lot of oil. Well, there's not hardly any oil at all that's being shipped through there. And guess what it's doing? It's making gas prices go way up, right? I think I think mom just filled up our truck today and she spent over $100 to fill up just on gas because the Strait of Hormuz, with it not being open, it's wreaking havoc on oil prices, right? So those are just some pictures of the Strait of Hormuz. And and so that's why we spelled straight differently in this episode. Strait. That's how you spell straight when you're referring to a strait in the ocean. But this episode's also called Make Straight the Way. And of course, once the strait gets opened back up, we should see oil prices come back down. And I'm sure everybody will be very, very happy when that time comes. But we also called this episode Make Straight the Way. Do you know why? We're going to read a couple of Bible verses and we're going to talk about that. So I'm going to let you read these Bible verses. I'll let you read the first one.
Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Psalm 119, 105.
A lamp unto my feet, a light unto my path. Notice the word path, right? Path. We're also going to read Proverbs 3, 5 through 6. I'll let you read it.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and we shall direct thy paths.
He shall direct thy paths. So that says that we're to trust in the Lord with all of our hearts, right? We're not to lean into our own understanding. We're just to trust the Lord. And if we do that and we acknowledge him in all that we do, he'll direct our paths and he'll make straight the way, right? He'll make straight the way. He'll make straight our paths. Do you know what that means? That means as you're going through life, you're going to face obstacles, you're going to face challenges. We all face difficulties in life. We also have good times in life. We have good times, we have bad times. We count it all as joy, and we know that all things work for good in the end, right? But for your life, you'll notice that the timing of events, timing of things in your life, if you acknowledge the Lord, he'll make straight the way for you. He'll put the people and the things and the places on your path that need to be there when they need to be there. Do you understand that? So make straight the way. So Gerrick, we're going to talk about the market because right now the market has been in turmoil. Our last episode, we talked about tariff turmoil. Well, now we've been dealing with this issue with the Strait of Hormuz being clogged up and no traffic getting through there, and it's taken and making oil prices shoot through the roof. And I mean, they're as high as they've been in a very, very long time. I think oil on Friday was up over Thursday and Friday was up over $120 a barrel. So it just keeps going up in price. And hopefully this situation with the Strait will get resolved soon. But in the meantime, we've got to navigate it, right? We have to navigate it. So we're going to make a few moves in the market today, and we're going to go over those things. So Gerrick, are you ready to trade? Let's go trade. All right, I'll let you share your screen. For those of you who choose to follow along, you're welcome to do so. We set Gerrick up on CashApp. Yes, you can trade stocks from CashApp if you're in the United States. If you're outside of the United States, there's a place where you can trade stocks. You just have to do a Google search, look for a broker in your country where you can trade stocks and you can follow along. But for those of you in the US, we use CashApp and we also use what?
SoFi.
We also use SoFi. We're not going to get into SoFi today. Most of what we do with Gerrick is on Cash App. It's just probably the most user-friendly platform to trade stocks. It's very, very easy, especially if you're a beginner. So when you go to Cash App, by the way, what we did to set Gerrick up, Gerrick started out with $100 and he gets $10 a week added to his account for doing your what?
Chores.
For doing his chores. That's his allowance. And we move it through the market. Doesn't sound like much, but believe it or not, it adds up much quicker than what you realize. So we started Jerick out with 100. He gets $10 a week. We just added some more to his account to get him all caught back up. And we're going to get into it. So Jerick, I'll let you tell him how to get started.
First, you start on the screen.
When you open
Oh,
when you open Cash App, you're going to see this green screen, right?
uh-huh. On the left bottom corner, you'll have money like I do right now, or you'll have a bank or a house.
So in the lower left-hand corner, Jerick says 146.
You want to press that,
Go ahead and click there.
and you get to here.
You're going to come to this screen, right?
Now you want to go down, and you want to go to your stocks.
Scroll to where it says stocks.
If you're new, then this is what your screen will look like.
Your screen's going to look like this. If you've never owned a stock before, it's going to look like this.
But if you used it before, this is what it's going to look like.
You're going to have a list of your stocks, right? So let's just say let's say this is your first time buying a stock. What you're going to do is you're going to search for the stock you want to buy. Let's say I want to buy Walmart. I search for Walmart. There it is. I pull it up. I hit buy, and I can put in the dollar amount that I want to buy. I can put in the dollar amount that I want to buy in Walmart, right? Whatever that may be. I can go, if I have that kind of money, I can go really high. Or I could put in a little bit. If I wanted to put in $10, I could put in $10. Whatever the case, I hit buy and put in the dollar amount that I want to buy. It'll say next, and you just schedule it and hit it from there. It's pretty easy. Once you own the stock, there'll be a button that says sell, and you can just hit that sell button, sell all of your shares if you choose to do so, confirm it, and it's that simple. It's that simple. So Jerick, we're going to take a look and see how things are going. We've been beaten down, haven't we? We've been beaten down for quite some time now. If you're new, almost the entire market has been beaten down. Now, I know they're going to tell you on TV, you're going to hear, oh my goodness, the stock market is hitting record highs. Well, keep in mind, the reason that it's doing that is because the Magnificent Seven, the biggest companies in the world, your Apple, your Amazon, your Google, those gigantic behemoths of a giant, they pretty much carry almost the entire market. There is a lot of the money supply in the world is tied up in just those few companies. So I want you to understand that. But most companies on the market have just been beaten down for the past 1 to 2 years or more. In fact, today or the other day, I was looking, Campbell's Soup. Campbell's Soup, we all know who Campbell's Soup is. They are at a 2 to 3 decade low. They haven't been as low as they are now in 20 plus years. In fact, we can take a look at them now. We may even go buy some Campbell's Soup. That might be a good one to buy, right? Look at Campbell's Soup. My goodness. It has not been this low since around 2009. Do you remember 2009?
I wasn't born.
What? Tell then. Do you remember 2009?
I wasn't born.
You weren't born then, were you? Gerrick looked at me. I wish you would have seen his reaction because he looked over at me and said, I wasn't born. No, I know you weren't born in 2009, were you? 2009, that's a long time ago. That's how low some of these stocks have pushed. They're at, I mean, phenomenal lows. Um, so we're going to see if we can find some good buys out there. And we're also going to see what adjustments we need to make along the way. Of course, if we look at where we're at, yesterday on Friday, we were up over 4%. We had a good day on Friday. Past week, we're down a little bit. The past month, we're almost even for the month, pretty even, pretty flat. The past year, we're down a little bit for the past year. And of course, all time, we're down and just surfing the market. We're waiting for that wave back up. We're down, but we're not out. We're temporarily down in the market. You got to go through the valley to make a gain, right?
Mhm.
So let's take a look at our stocks. Now, for those of you guys who want to follow along and you're new and you're just starting out, I want to explain what we did with Gerrick. Of course, we started him out with $100 and then he gets $10 a week added to his account. But on the first five stocks, the first five, if you're wanting to follow along and apply the same strategy that we did, you're going to take 9% of your starting balance and put in each of the first five stocks. Okay. Let's just say it's $100. Well, 9% of $100, that's $9. So you can put $9 in each of the first five stocks. If you're starting out with 1,000, 9% is $90. So you put $90 in the first five. If you're starting out with 10,000, 9% is $900. So it's all relative to what you are starting with and what your pocketbook will handle. But you just follow along, pretty simple. So you can put 9% in each of the first five stocks, and then any stocks after the first five, you're going to take 9% of your available balance. Your available balance is money that you have that is not in trades. It's cash that you have on hand. So Gerrick's available balance right now, you can see it in the lower left-hand corner. What's your available balance?
146.
146 is his available balance. Well, 9% of 146, that's about roughly, that's around $14 or so. But you're just going to take 9% of your available balance. And it doesn't have to be to the exact penny. You can round up or down to the next dollar amount. That's usually what we do. So we're going to take a look. And by the way, outside the first five, you're going to take 9% of your available balance. You're going to buy the next one. And then you're going to have a new available balance. Whatever that new available balance is, you're going to take 9% of it and buy the next one. And then you're going to have a new available balance, 9% of that balance, and buy the next one, and so forth and so on. So I think you understand. Pretty simple, right? All right, so let's get into it. So Gerrick, we're not going to go through all the stocks on the list. If you want to go through all the stocks, you can watch our previous episode. We go through them all there. We look good. We look good in several of these. We look good in Regeneron. We look good in Boeing, Harley, Mobileye, Goodyear. We're down just a little bit, but it looks like it's on its way up. I think we're going to be good there in Goodyear. Well, in fact, Goodyear's it's at it's at a low, a very low amount. And it hasn't been down where it's at right now in several years. Then we've got U Power. Don't pay any attention to U Car. You can't buy it on Cash App anymore. They took it off the board. We do buy it on SoFi, and it has crashed completely down. Don't worry about it right now. We'll come back to it and circle around back to it in the future. Purple Innovation, the same way. Same way with Maxion Solar as well. So UCAR, UPower, UCAR is the ticker symbol, UCAR, U Power. Purple Innovation and Maxian Solar. Don't worry about those. You can't do anything with them on Cash App. We buy them on SoFi, but uh, UPower and Maxian Solar, they have crashed way down, and we'll circle back around to them in the future. So we're just going to focus today on the moves that we're going to make. The moves we're going to make 4 moves today, 4 moves in the market. The first one is in Globant. We bought Globant. We're down about 36% on Globant. We've got $54 invested. We're buying this in $27 increments. Let me explain something. After we buy the stock, when we make our additional buys, we make those in the same dollar increments. So whatever 9% of the available balance is at the time 9% was $27. That's what we entered into the stock with. And we've been buying it in $27 increments on the way down because that just, like I said, it just happened to be 9% of our available balance at the time we bought it. Well, Globant has came way, way, way down. And it's looking right now, if we look at the charts on Globant, look how low this is. See right here? See right down in here. Where is it? Right down in here. That's about $45. You see that? The top of this little peak right here. Well, look where it is right now. It's right about right in that area. You see that? Right in this area right here. So it's came really, really, really low. It's came underneath this low right here. You see that? This low right here was, what was it? It was around $73. So we're looking for Globant to come back up. At the very least, we should see it come back up to here, right? Back up to around $73. So our cost average right now is $63. We want to bring that cost average down so that when it does go up, we can make a bigger profit and we can also be in profit much quicker. So we're looking to buy 2 times the dollar amount that we initially purchased it for. What's 2 times the dollar amount? 2 times 27 would be how much? 27. 54, right? Which just happens to be the total dollars that we currently have invested in it. So let's go ahead and let's buy Globant let's buy another $54 in Globant. Sound good? With the buy. And 54. And this will buy first thing Monday morning when the market opens. Done. Let's look to make sure. And it's right here, Globant. It's the approximate price it's going to buy at is $40.60. Right now, it's setting at $40.62. We're good. We're going to buy that Monday morning, right? The next move we're going to make is in what?
Virgin Galactic.
Virgin Galactic. This is our
this one used to be one of our one that was really high in price.
It's our biggest holding. It didn't used to be, it still is. It's our biggest holding. And we are down pretty significantly in Virgin Galactic. We're not as far down as we once was, but we're still down a pretty decent amount. And we're looking for Virgin Galactic. It's on its way up. It went up over 11% on Friday. You see, it's on its way up. It's looking like it's going back up. You know, they just had the moon launch where the rocket went around the moon, right? And so Virgin Galactic is benefiting off of a lot of that publicity as people are interested in space right now. And Virgin Galactic, what do they do?
Um, they load people. They let people see space.
They do space tourism, right? Yep, absolutely. So, as more and more people start booking a ride to space and experiencing it, we believe that their stock is going to go up in the future. So, but with that being said, understand there's still risk. We're still looking to get out of this, as soon as we get in profit because we want to take those risks off the table. And then if we want to enter back in with a little bit, we can. But we're looking for Virgin Galactic to shoot back up here. You can't really see it on the chart. Look at all those dots. All those dots are all the way along that we've bought this stock. We're looking for this to shoot back up here to around $15. Although, once it gets above our cost average, which is right around $5, when it gets a little above there, we'll look to start selling some of it. So, we're going to go ahead. We're buying this in what, $29 increments? We're buying this in $29 increments, right?
Uh-huh.
And what is the current price? The current price is 265. I'm good buying there. We're going to go ahead and buy some more. And it'll buy first thing Monday. So go ahead and hit buy. We're buying it in $29 increments. Let's buy $29 worth.
There.
And it's set to purchase, just double checking it. It's looking to buy around $2.66. It's currently 265. We're good there. Then there's two stocks that we're looking to add. Two stocks. Now, technically our available balance is 146, right?
Mhm.
Because we've got buy orders on those other ones. They haven't bought yet, but they will buy on Monday morning. So let's go ahead and let's derive the amount that we're buying from the 146. Okay. What's 9% of 146? Let's do the math real quick. You want to do the math? 146 times 0.09. How much is that?
13.14.
$13, right? So that's what we're going to buy with the first one. And then after we buy $13 worth, it's going to bring us to 133. So 9% of that is
11.99. 97.
11.90. So we're going to call that $12. Okay. So we're going to buy one of these stocks with 13 and one with 12. The two stocks we're going to buy is Campbell's Soup and also Roblox. We've owned Roblox in the past and we made some good money on it, but Roblox has crashed all the way down. Look how far it's came down just in the past few months. Roblox was $140 a share, and it's came all the way back down to $45 a share. It's came way down there, way low. And it could come down even further. It could come down here to 30, 28 to $30 a share, possibly. But there's also a good chance that we go up here as well. So we want to start scaling in and we want to start getting into this trade. Do you want to do the 12 or do you want to make this the $12 trade or the $13 trade?
I don't know.
You like Roblox, right? Let's make this the $13 one. How about that? So we're going to go and we're going to hit buy. We're going to hit the three dots. Go ahead and punch in 13. Hit next, schedule, and done. And let's make sure that this got our buy order right there. We're going to buy it Monday morning when the market opens at approximately $45.13. And it is currently $45.13. So we're going to buy it right about where it is now. That's good. Then, guess what else we're going to buy?
Campbell's soup, like you said.
Campbell's soup, CPB. Hit it. The Campbell's Company. And we're going to buy $12 in this one, right? Man, it's way low. The one thing that I like about this, Campbell's, it pays a really good dividend. So if we set in this stock for any amount of time or we start scaling in more money into it, it's going to pay a really good dividend. That's one thing that I like about Campbell's soup. So go ahead and hit the buy button. We're going to buy $12 worth to start out. If we're fortunate enough to buy more along the way, then we'll look to buy more. Schedule, done. And let's make sure it picked up our order. The Campbell's Company, $12. It'll buy Monday. And we're looking to, it's going to look to buy at around $20.73. So let's take a look at this. And it's at $20.73. So about right where it is now. It'll buy on Monday. All right, so Gerrick, we're buying some Campbell's and we're also adding some Roblox to the mix. Roblox and Campbell's. And we're just going to keep staying situated in the stocks that we're currently in. We're going to let the market progress and we should start seeing this shoot back up, right? We
Yep.
should start seeing the shoot back up here. Looks like we've hit bottom and we're on our way back up, and only time will tell. Well, Gerrick, I think that wraps up this episode. We made some moves. We're going to hope that that Strait gets open soon so that our stocks can go up and so that the price of gas for our cars is not so expensive. You got to think, when oil's way up, guess what?
What?
It causes the price of everything to go up. You know why?
Because oil was one of the most important things in the world.
We use it, right? So our food that goes to the supermarkets, guess what? They got to deliver it. They got to transport it there. They use oil, right? Any products that we use, any products that get transported, they use oil. It's our energy source. Not only that, but in a lot of products that use plastic and things, guess what? They make them, they use oil to make them. So that strait being closed is putting a big burden on this market. But you know what? We're taking advantage with some really good buys. And I think we're setting ourselves up really nicely. And I'm just looking forward to the ride. We want to make straight the what?
The way.
Make straight the way. And how do we make straight the way? What was the Bible verse?
Follow him.
We acknowledge God in everything we do, right? If we do that, he'll make our paths straight, right? He'll make the way straight. So we're going to do that. And we're going to see what happens in the coming weeks. But Gerrick, before we leave, we got to remind them to do two things. The first thing is any moves we make in between episodes, we post in our Facebook group. There is a link in the description of this channel. It is called Trading with G. And the next thing we got to remind them to do is what?
Smash that like button.
And subscribe to our channel. Well, this is Dwayne.
And Gerrick.
Reminding you, manage the ride.
And you will master the time.
Until next time, bye now, everyone.
Bye.